So last year, across multiple videos, I went exploring in lots of Jedi Fallen Order's out-of-bounds locations across multiple maps, different settings, different planets, behind the scenes, almost everywhere you could possibly imagine. And together, we found secrets, details, Easter eggs, and some really random stuff you'd never expect to see. Like, what even is this? But there is one location in the game I have never revisited since playing through the story some time ago. It's a location you can't freely travel on your own. You only get to go there at a specific point during the story. So today, finally, I'm going to go and explore this location. Let's go. I'm of course talking about the bounty hunter prison level. Ordo Eris is its actual name. The stronghold of the Haxion Brood bounty hunting criminal syndicate. You're just chilling on Zeffo, exploring ancient Zeffo tombs, you know, going about your business. Then this Atticus Rex dude confronts you and you think you're in a normal fight, but no, he stuns you and you wake up here. And yes, in my case, this all happened to Luke Skywalker. We've sidelined Calculator Kestis for now. Links to mods in the description. Luke's having flashbacks to what happened with the Emperor in Return of the Jedi here. Zappity zap. Zappity zappity. Hey everyone, it's Andrew. Now, normally when we go exploring these Fallen Order maps, we make great use of the flying glitch, which I'm so glad has never been patched because it allowed us to take Calamari Kestis to all these hidden out-of-bounds locations. See stuff we would never have been able to see. But at this point in the story, when you're captured by the Haxion Brood, Calamari Kestis is yet to learn the double jump, which you need to use to perform the flying glitch, so we ain't flying nowhere today. Luckily though, there was a mod recently released for Fallen Order which takes Jedi Fallen Order's camera mode to the next level, allowing you to go pretty much anywhere. There's no limit on where you can take the camera, so that's what I'll be using today. Gonna save my wrists. Using the flying glitch, I feel like I've developed some pretty heavy RSI and wrist problems anyway from spamming the buttons over and over again, and yes, I know I can change my key bindings, do the whole thing, but man, it's still a lot of button pressing. My hand is tied. I'm glad I can take the camera now. Alright, so time to go exploring. What secrets does this outlandish space prison hold for us to discover? Well, first off, when you initially wake up here, it's not at all clear where you are, whether it's still on Zeffo, somewhere deep underground. Calamity Kestis even mentions something about being underground. Oh, sorry, Luke mentions it. Sorry, forgot.
Air's cold, stale. Might be deep underground.
Although we do get a few hints at being on an asteroid in space, some stuff you might not have noticed. If you look down this chasm and squint your eyes, you can actually see stars. This here is actually what the prison looks like from outside the map. This here is Ordo Eris in the cutscene, so there's quite a difference here, isn't there? Completely different. Only similarity is the fact they're floating in space. I'll show you some more out-of-bounds stuff soon though. You might have also noticed a lot of the walls and surfaces look like an asteroid with smaller craters, so there's some hints to that here, but I just remember when playing through this during the story, you have no idea where you are until way later. So walking through the prison, there's a few jail cells that have open doors. In here we have a deceased Splox from Bogano. In here there's a few flame beetles, there's a Falak, a bog rat, basically creatures from all across the galaxy, all of Jedi Fallen Order's planets. Anyway, you progress through these corridors and eventually come to this crazy guy who actually looks like one of the Haxion Brood bounty hunters, stripped down with no armor or weapons. This is Sutan, and he speaks Huttese, which I've tried to translate. When Luke asks for help, Sutan says, help, Sork-Tomo kill you. You're going to be slave fodder. So basically you're going to die. And also tells Cal/Luke to look for Karkina tentacles, whatever the heck they are. And also shares with you some Huttese expletives, which I'm going to exclude. Not very friendly. How rude, in C-3PO's words. As we progress through this level, we've also got these things hanging from the ceiling which look like upside-down probe droids, and these, I think, attach to parts of the puzzles you have to solve. But we're going to just progress right ahead so we can get a look at more of the out-of-bounds stuff. We rescue an invisible BD-1, again, mods in the description. And then down here, there's a deceased Tak, one of those monkeys from Kashyyyk. Poor little thing, what's he doing here? These aren't even aggressive creatures from what I know. Not one of the creatures you face in Fallen Order. They can't attack you or anything. They're just background. So poor little guy's been killed. Also, this is where we have the rubbish disposal of all of the creatures that have gone through the arena and been killed being sent out into space. This is really weird and trippy when you're playing through this. And you're like, what the heck are all these animals and weird creatures doing here? And they're being, you know, thrown out the trash compactor, I guess. Thrown out into the abyss of space. Okay, so let's solve some puzzles and then make our way upstairs to where the real action's at. Let's head on into the arena. So with the camera, we can get right up close and take a look at some of the spectators, the NPCs all standing around the arena. They're all low poly humans. Some of them wear a helmet or pretty sure this is like a rebel helmet, isn't it? Rebel hat. Let's go with that. And some of them also wave their arms around and others just stand still and have no animation. There's also one of the bounty hunters standing watching up here, and a bit later he jumps down into the arena to fight, and this is actually that same bounty hunter from before, the one that captured us. Also, you know how before I mentioned it just feels like you're in a normal fight with him on Zepho when he approaches you and then there's no way of escaping him? Well, if you haven't seen it yet, if you're not one of the 2.5 million people who haven't already watched this video, Cinematic Series Gaming made a video where he showed the different ways of avoiding actually going to prison. And you can do this and you can do it without breaking the game, but it's a little tricky. So go check that video out if you're interested. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so let's head up and outside and you can get a better look and a better understanding of the entire map. Nothing else out here apart from the space station. It's just floating here in space. There's no other structures or maps or anything off in the distance that I saw anyway. And look down here, you can see the prison section we were in before. This is where we were before we took the elevator all the way up. This is where all the cells were, and it's pretty funny how different it looks from the outside. Hey, it's so different to what the space station is supposed to look like. Now, heading back inside, when you actually make your way upstairs, you're confronted with a giant hologram of Sork Tormo.
I'm Sork Tormo, baby!
That's what the crazy dude downstairs was talking about. He's apparently the guy that runs all of this, but I'm not sure he's even actually here. Sure, he's broadcasting through a hologram, but if he were to be here, you'd assume that he'd be in this control room up here, right? Well, if we go and take a look up here, there's nothing in here. It's completely low textured, low poly, nothing actually going on here. And Sork Tormo is not here. So it's surprising. I was expecting to see him inside here, kind of, you know, talking to us. I guess the devs perhaps never expected anyone to be able to actually see up here. You're not supposed to see up here. And around the arena, there's also a lot of these doors, assuming these are either more prison cells for creatures or doorways to headquarters and sleeping quarters for the Haxion Brood. There's nothing behind them though in the game, and you can't see anything in them. So just doors for background texture, creating this world, creating this space and what's here, but we can get behind some of the arena doors. And look who's here! It's an Ogdo! You end up fighting him in the arena, but why is his tongue out like this? This here looks like his idle state before he springs into action. A bit of a joke by the developers. They just leave him here like this until he's actually ready to move and he needs to be animated when you're actually facing him. And behind another door, there's also a bunch of flame beetles, which you also face. And then more get brought up from downstairs. There's a bunch of stuff, but I don't think we can see them at the moment. They spawn in later. So eventually you face off against all the creatures, and then the bounty hunter, Atticus Rex, drops down to fight. And like I said, this is the same one who captured you on Zepho, and I'm not sure why he doesn't just zap you again, but you eventually get to kill him. And then the Stinger Mantis breaks into the space station, and this is what it looks like when that's happening. You can see it breaking through the shields here, I'm pretty sure. Or perhaps it's just the environmental control anti-grav filter. What's the Star Wars technical term for that? Also, as the ship was coming in, I decided to take the camera and take a look and see if we can get inside the ship, and none of the Stinger Mantis crew have actually loaded in. Seer, Grease, no one's here. They don't appear until the cutscene. And all the creatures are now obviously gone, seeing as though you've killed them all, and Sork Tormo is still nowhere to be seen. So was he even ever actually here? Or is he off on some other world way off in the galaxy, just on the hologram? Who knows? I feel like we're going to run into the Haxion Brood in the Jedi Fallen Order sequel. I feel like they're going to try and build more of a story around them, potentially have that as another subplot of the game, kind of the bounty hunters in the background who are trying to disrupt things as well. But Who knows? Hopefully we get more of a fleshed out Sorc Tormo character though, that'd be cool. And I do think it's pretty cool we get to see the outside of the actual prison and what the map looks like compared to the actual space station. There's definitely less Easter eggs and less details here than in some of the other maps I've explored, but I mean, you do only spend what, like 20-30 minutes of the game here, depending on how long it takes you to solve the puzzles, so it serves its purpose. But if there's anything else you've noticed in this map or in another map, an Easter egg or a detail I haven't covered, you can let me know in the comments. And for more details in Jedi Fallen Order, you can watch one of these videos here, some of the past maps we visited, the past places we've explored, trying to do them all, and let me know where you want me to go next. Where would you like me to explore? And follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and join my Discord for lots more Star Wars gaming news as soon as it happens and everything else. And thanks for watching this. My name's Andrew. I'll catch you soon.
Stay bombastic.